What about the Oprah and Gayle situation, Miss
You mean
Dip?
Oprah and Kale?
Oh yeah, Oprah and Gayle. Yeah, I
Feel
don't feel.
ways. I'm just gonna say this, and I know people gonna be in their feelings. I don't care. I feel the ways because I feel like all of these men are coming at these two black women because they're in a position of
Mm-hmm.
power. Like I get it. She said it at an inappropriate time. You know, people are still grieving all of that, but I don't believe she deserved the smoke that she been getting. And as far as the Oprah situation is concerned, I feel like people have been waiting on the day to kick for Oprah. So anything that Oprah does, any project that she signs up on, they're gonna be like, oh, she hates black people. Why? Because she a billionaire? You know, like at the end of the day, just because she a billionaire don't make her any less black than anybody else. And so I don't understand the fake outrage and it's pissing me off. And that's why I posted that Michael Eric Dyson video to my community call. Y'all go look at that because he spit facts and people trying to drag him because he was like Kobe was my friend and Kobe would object to some of the stuff y'all saying. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then stuff for like Snoop to be like, sure you're outraged, but why you calling this lady a dog head bitch or whatever he's saying and saying I'ma see you on Crip and all this and that's like you really threatening this lady publicly. And it's not even about him threatening her. It's like the fans, other people are the real Crips out there might hear. And you know, you putting her safety in jeopardy by publicly saying this stuff and inciting these people to do certain things. It's the same thing that I was saying that Mr. Timothy was doing to me back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like you may not do it, but you like calling your Maddie mob to do certain things. And so I just don't appreciate that because at the end of the day, like this is a woman you talking to, you know, and you don't have to be that disrespectful. You're not disrespectful to them white ladies. You know, like if he was to threaten one of them white women the way he did, regardless, like the lady that used the N-word or any of that, they don't give them the same smoke. It's like they mad, they outraged, and then they move on. They suspend
Nope.
the lady for 3 days, and then we move on because we used to being called N-words, or we used to, you know, the disrespect for them or whatever. So now the same disrespect that you feel like you getting from everybody, you giving it to Oprah and Gayle. So it's like black on black crime, division within the black community, and I don't like it.
You know what? I
Like
will
I like
feel
I said.
bad. I will feel bad, but I analyzed that video. She came into that interview with a double-edged sword. She wanted, she wanted Lisa Less, another black person, to defend a black person who done something bad in a white viewership, so that she can get backlash. But um, because Lisa Leslie was articulate and she didn't react
Mhm.
And poise.
in a negative way, she was able to articulate her words very eloquently.
Mhm.
Uh, that it backfired, because I think if, like you said before in your past post, that hey, journalists have to ask the hard questions. But like I said back in the day, like when I was in college and all this stuff, like the first thing you learn about in journalism is journalistic integrity, ethics, morals. You don't practice, if you're a real journalist, you don't practice journalism. You don't do this. You don't really want to dwell in the what's the word? Well, not the scandal, but like what I'm trying to say. But like the scandal of it, like you don't revel in that. You'll
Salaciousness.
break the news, but you don't revel in that type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like I think she was trying to make Lisa Leslie say something off flavor, so
Mhm.
that when she got the heat for praising or defending a rapist, she can go back to her white counterparts and say, "Hey, look what you did! Congratulations!" She would have she would have reaped the benefits of that reward if it would have went bad for Lisa Leslie. She wouldn't have been apologetic.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So because that didn't work in her favor, because she could have chose not to answer that if she was friends with Kobe. Now you've
Mhm.
been friends with this man for years, and you said you hung out with him for years, but you felt some type of way about him being accused of rape. Why you never brought that up while he was alive? You was personal with him. Why didn't you speak to him beforehand. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So
I get what you're saying.
so I
But
think
okay, so
she
you feel the
came
way
she came
about
in with an agenda. She came in with an agenda to further make black people look bad, and she got the wrong black person to do that with. She would have interviewed Snoop Dogg. It probably would have went in her favor, but because people was like, hey, that was all flavor to say, hey, you interviewing Lisa Leslie, and you say you honor this man, and to bring up something like that and say, hey, that wasn't your intention. Why did you bring it up? You could have just simply said
okay. So okay, I get all of her wrongs. I get it. I understand it. But what? So how do you feel about Snoop Dogg and what he did and what he said and the way he said it? You feel like that's appropriate? Hello,
I'm here,
Miss
Mr. Debonair.
Miss Demon hung up on us.
I don't know. Well, I'll say this. It was quite interesting a few weeks ago when Terry Crews came out and denied, and he did not defend Gabrielle Union at
Mm-hmm.
all. In fact, he said something completely opposite. He just turned into a different person.
Mm-hmm.
And there were no black men checking him. They actually left her out there by herself to just be free for, to her husband had to say something and say take his phone away.
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still, when they disagree with Gayle, they come and attack her because to defend, the it looks like the men, they defend each other, but when
Right.
it comes to black women in the limelight in the media, we are so unprotected.
Right.
It's like they will not stand up for black women at all at no cost. They'll just leave us out there free and unprotected for any and everybody, for each other and for other communities to attack and tear us apart and tear us down.
And
That's
I guess
not
that's
okay.
Mr. Debonair coming back on a different. Hold on, Mr. Debonair, you back?
And like I said, Snoop Dogg don't even respect his wife. So his disrespect to Gayle is no surprise to me at all. But what has to happen is some people know this and some people don't. When you have a huge following, and what he did was he weaponized his fans. He used
Mm-hmm.
his fan base with his
That's
language
exactly. That's
and
exactly.
weaponized and use his influence to turn against them based on his emotion. He had a right to be mad, but it's unexcusable for him to threaten her.
Right. Right. And that's how I feel. And we all had a right to, our opinions and how we feel, but to say, that I need to see you, and all of those little, subliminal messages that he gave. I didn't like that, and it's unfair. And the thing is, it's like more and more black men seem to have this aggression towards black women for what? And that's why Snoop getting dragged too. Snoop, like, they like but what about, you're not protective of your wife, and you out with this, this white or whatever, but you dragging this black woman online, like it's like you on code at this point. So you can't tell anybody else to be on code when you ain't even on code.
Mm-mm. But
So
the issue I had with Gayle is, of course, as a journalist, she has a job to do, but it appeared
mhm,
that to me, it just appeared that she had a whole nother agenda. I did not appreciate the fact that she came into Lisa's home. She did that interview in Lisa Leslie's home, and then you
mhm,
come into that lady's home and seem like you're friendly. You seem like you're peaceful. You seem like you're just this humble, meek person. And then when you get into the interview, you turn into this snake.
mhm,
Oh, no, ma'am. You try to turn this lady and you want her to say things about her friend, and you see she's still grieving. Not only is she grieving, his wife is grieving as well. And you're
mhm,
trying to compel and um twist her words and coach her and pull her to say something that you want to hear.
True.
You didn't even like what she said, but then you cut her off and said, "Well, Lisa, you wouldn't say it." So
Yeah.
you basically told her she's not intelligent enough
To understand, right? And I feel like she does deserve
know her friend.
She should issue an apology, a public apology instead of an explanation. But again, I think the energy towards her is a bit much because those other journalists who have been saying a lot of outrageous things, get suspended from one day, like the Washington Post person, suspended for 1 or 2 days. They back to the job and there's nothing. Ain't nobody checking for them. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Mr. Debonair, you back?
Clip floating around
you
of
can hear
this
me?
other black journalist. Did you see it? She's explaining why the black lady, I forget which platform she's on. She's on a news platform with a black guy and a white lady, a blonde hair white lady. And then it's a black lady. She has natural hair. So she has a very intelligent breakdown of why we are so emotional and feel the way we feel about this backlash and how Gayle has handled it and why it is the way it is, And so what her white colleague said was, she said, "Oh my God," she said, "even as a white woman, you just made me understand some things I never understood." It's on Instagram.
Okay.
If I see it, I'll mention you in the comments so you can see it.
I want to see that.
But it's real deep and it's hot and it's very impactful.
So, Mr. Debonair, did you hear my question to you?
No.
You so eloquently explained, like, why, your thoughts about Gayle. How did you feel about the way Snoop came across, with his outrage towards Gayle? Like, do you feel like that was right? Like, how do you feel about that?
No. I mean, it's a moral thing. Like me, how I grew up, like that. Talking to a woman like that, you just don't do. I mean, you can engage with a woman, you can have differences, but it's just certain verbiage that you don't use towards a woman. That's just how I grew up. Other people not grew up that way, and we ain't gonna negate the fact that Snoop ain't the most refined, eloquent person, to express himself on social issues, especially with that, particular situation, that it was offensive. And then for another black person to do that, I'm pretty sure he was outraged. Snoop don't know no better. He ain't know a better way to, to articulate how he feeling and,
he know
what could have been.
As long as he been in entertainment, he know better.
Yeah. But
animal, you know what I'm saying? And I understand the counsel culture, and you can sit here and say she need to be counseled and all that. But my thing is the whole call to violence. That's where I feel like there should be a line drawn. I feel like people should know better, because even if you're not serious about coming to see her, smacking her up, or whatever the case may be, you don't know what these 30 million people who follow you, or however many million people who follow you, will do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, somebody might actually run up to her and smack her. So you putting her jeopardy in place because you're basically inciting, your followers to do something on behalf of you. And some people are dumb enough to do certain things on behalf of you, as a superman. So that's what I don't like. But, as far as his opinion or how he felt, he's justified. He has every right to feel that way as a black man, feeling targeted, feeling, that there's not an equal balance when it comes to the way they dig into people's past, black men's past versus white men. But at the same time, you can't tell these two women in media, and I understand they feel like these two black women should be supportive of all black men, but all black men aren't supportive of black women. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why we feel like we gotta regulate what Oprah and Gayle or Robin Roberts or whoever else decide that they want to investigate or report on, as opposed to everybody else. Like, white people report on whoever the hell they want to, white, black, purple, green, yellow. So if you know, everybody's biased. There is no such thing as unbiased, regardless of how they may pretend to be. We journalists and we unbiased. No, everybody contains biases. And so if their biases is we don't like black men, and this is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's up to the black men to say, you know, we not gonna subscribe to what they're saying, or we gonna, you know, counsel them or whatever else. But there's plenty of black men, and Snoop is one of the included in this, who disrespect black women on the daily, and they don't hold up code. They don't uplift black queens. Snoop has been known to post, you know, stuff about black women's hair on his Instagram and drag black women all the time. So it's like, you want protection, but you don't want to give it. So that's where,
Right.
you know, I sit there and I'm like, what the hell? Like, and then now, in addition to saying these two black women, or Gayle, or whichever one of them versus the other, or whatever, are targeting, you know, black men, it's like you targeting these two black women. Like, so it's like it's like this big wide division within the black community, and it's just horrible. I don't know what to do. I mean, you can still talk about it all day long, but at the same time, it's like, you wrong too. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, there should be a come to Jesus moment where, you know, you can have a discussion and say why you feel the way you feel withoof dragging them down and making it seem like, you know, their work over the years isn't worthy of praise, because Oprah has did a lot for the black community. All of the men that she's put through school at Morehouse, all the money she's giving away, all, you know, like, there's a lot. And, you know, I'm sure Gayle has done her part too. So you can't take that away for these one or two instances where they dragged your faves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that.
I mean, I slightly agree with you, but just it's 2 points that I want to just quickly say.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why Gayle receiving the backlash that she is because it's just the side effect of the Oprah effect, because Oprah wasn't in the best of light with black people, and that's her best friend, and you know, you always got to pair those two together. You know, that's just cause and effect. But because Oprah had a whole bunch of stuff leading up to this moment with not placing black people in the best light, it started off with Monique. You know, with that whole situation, Monique brought, you know, behind the scenes to the front of the scene. And then the Michael Jackson thing, you know, and then her, you know, her comments about Bill Cosby, and, you know, and then with this Kobe Bryant thing, you know, and, you know, we're going to keep it real. You know, Oprah and Gayle has done a lot for the black community, but their core audience wasn't geared towards black. You know, their scene is more white. And for you to showcase us that say, hey, you got this bigger platform, it'd be different if they come up with BET, but it wasn't, you know. You using this platform that's not geared to us.
A white network. So that's what I mean when you say they're not for us, they're not for black people. There are different types of black people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, people look at Oprah and be like, because she, you know, has all this money, she's no longer black or representative of black. She's more, you know, mainstream or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I feel like there are a lot of black people who relate to her and relate to the things that I don't know, you know.
I mean, but lately she haven't been highlighting us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then the things that you do that's so sensationalized.
It was highlighting us. She did that Morehouse, like celebrating their, you know.
Yeah, and it got talked about for that. It got talked for that day and that day only. But the shit that's been going on with Monique, that's been going on with R. Kelly, that's been going on with Bill Cosby, that's been going on with Kobe Bryant, the shit has been days, months, years, and it headlines every time it come up. That stuff that she done good only been for that moment and that moment only, and she moved the hell on. And I'm pretty sure she don't bring that
the hell on. Because, you know, she's like, people are still benefiting from the good that she did. So I feel like we move off of the good and focus on the bad more so than anybody else.
Yeah, because our little sector that we all network in is smaller. I mean, we gonna watch BET. White people ain't gonna watch BET, but black, white, Spanish, Asian gonna all watch CBS. go all watch NBC. And that's the stations that they be on, and then they perpetuate us at the worst of the worst. You get what I'm saying? We don't get a whole month to talk about giving out turkeys on Thanksgiving or donating to a HBCU. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it go every single day that they will do a follow up on the trial and on the negative stuff, and they using these black women to showcase it. It will be different. Why you can't use nobody white to talk about why Kobe, talk about Kobe legacy and his prior rape case, to talk about Bill Cosby. They use somebody black. You get what I'm saying? So they can say, hey, proof that, oh, I'm not racist because, hey, Oprah said it. She agree.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, like, if me and you can beef all day, you can done hit me in the head with a bottle, and they say, hey, in front of a whole bunch of white people, tell us about Michelle character. Because I'm gonna handle you around our people. You get what I'm saying? I can go in front of a whole bunch of white people and perpetuate these stereotypes that they already think of us, and they're willing to give me the money to sensationalize it so that everybody can have this common opinion of black people. You get what I'm saying? But Harvey Weinstein was the worst of the worst, and he ain't seeing no jail time. He getting a fine that's nothing out his pocket. And ain't nobody saying shit. Ain't nobody doing no documentaries. Ain't no one doing no follow-up.
They do have a documentary. We just ain't watching.
Well,
somebody said it's one on Hulu about Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, but they ain't promote it. But hell, everybody in their damn moment, white people on my job saw the damn documentary for R. Kelly, both damn seasons. You get what I'm saying?
That's the point, because R. Kelly is more famous than Harvey Weinstein. We know who Harvey Weinstein is and his impact in the movie industry and all that, but he wasn't a celebrity like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you compare apples and oranges. So when you are reporting a story, of course you're gonna report on the story that people want to read about. More people would want to read it. If they did an expose about Harvey Weinstein, y'all wouldn't be tuned in about all the white people he was fucking on the couch. Like I don't think so. But the thing about R. Kelly is R. Kelly was a part of us. He was, the music was a part of us. The same thing with Bill Cosby. The shows were a part of us. The same thing with Kobe. The games were a part of us. So it's like we are more emotionally attached to those stories, and so of course we're gonna pay more attention to who talks about those people, because those are the people we want to hear about. That's why when people say they don't give the same energy to the white people who done wrong, we don't pay attention to them giving the energy to the white people they done wrong, because we wouldn't read it anyway. We don't know that there's a Harvey Weinstein documentary because we ain't watching the shit. So I just feel like it's just an unequal balance, just like Snoop said, it's an unequal balance of distribution of the reporting and the documentaries. There's an unequal balance of us even looking for that information. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even searching for it. We just on the surface, of course, all of us, black people, whoever, we all gonna say, we done wrong because we don't see you dragging because we only see them dragging our celebrities, our faves, and
it's just they Oprah and Gayle chose to be the ones to showcase us in a nigga light. I don't feel too bad. I don't think the lady should be threatened, but she for them to rethink the things that they do before they do it. Don't say, "Oh, I'm asking the hard questions, but I don't want to deal with the consequences." If I go out here and I say something that's not favorable and I know it going in, I have to be ready for the consequences. You get what I'm saying? Don't say I can't say that. I'm going to ask a hard question. I don't care who it offends because it's something that I believe in, and then turn around and cry later and be like, "Oh, that wasn't my intent." Yes, it is. When you're going to provoke conversation, outrage, happiness, sadness, crying, you have to deal with the consequences on all emotional spectrums. It might not be favorable for you. Like I said, when people do these type of interviews, and plus they journalists and they very, very popular, they not gonna do any just petty interviews. They're gonna do the things that's going to get them recognized. And she asked that questions for the notoriety of it. Like I said, if it went into a different direction, you know, that made Lisa look bad, if she wasn't a person that was educated, knew how to speak, knew how to handle herself, knew how to conduct herself, didn't have etiquette. If Lisa didn't know how to handle that, it would have further gave Gail the fuel that she needed to say, hey, these things go on and we need to be addressing these things no matter how good of a person it is, with no yield, no respect to a person's family, no respect for people, children. Like, these girls were young when that stuff happened with their dad. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure they don't talk about it, so they don't know. Everybody
Right.
pretty much forgot about it because this man's legacy was outstanding. He don't have Kobe never had a bad reputation in the game. Ever, 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 ever. And that's why people don't talk about it, because they know it was just a sexual mistake that he made of cheating, and they know full way he wasn't choking out, raping nobody. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then with that, like, you say, okay, you feel bad and this, that, and the third about people reaction. Like, when you outrage, how do you give someone the right to say, hey, how should you react? Like Snoop, he was dead wrong morally on my standpoint, but for Gail to understand the error of her ways, her and Oprah, to make them rethink the things that they do before they do it. Why do we have to be subdued in our emotions?
No, I don't think
Anger is a valid emotion. You get what I'm
anger
saying?
is.
Like,
I think the anger is warranted. Only thing I'm saying is a thin line between being angry then calling for somebody to get violently assaulted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, Michelle, you say something really offensive to hurt a whole community, not just saying black people, but a whole people that like the sport and like this man
uh-huh.
character and the things that he done, because this man was a big philanthropist, on the outside. What he did, he was a naturally good person. All those people that follow his career, that know how he is, for someone
Mhm.
to say, hey, you doing all these things, they showcasing all these nice things about you, they be like, oh yeah, remember he raped this person. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not supposed to be pissed off. So for you to understand I'm pissed, I'm not gonna say, hey Gail, um, that was really, all flavored of you to ask that type of question. Oh, I think morally you shouldn't have done that. And you think she would have really took that in consideration and be like, yeah, okay. She probably would
Maybe.
have tried that shit another moment. If I would have said, you bald head Sasha Nate, buttermilk, no edges, head ass bitch,
Don't do
I
that.
shoot you.
Don't do
She
that.
will fully get the understanding of my anger, the extent of my anger, the seriousness of what you done. You get what I'm saying? Like, some people have to be outraged to understand the error. Because if
Okay.
people keep being passive, they keep doing it because they think there's no real serious consequence.
I
So
get.
Snoop Dogg and the rest of these people had to do what they do for her to rethink the things that they're doing, because they're rejoicing about, this Russell Simmons thing. Oh, he was at Canes and they got a standing ovation for these rape victims and their stories and the things that they went through, and all of this coming from people that look like us.
Mhm.
We still oppressed. We always still fighting to be heard. We still always last in everything. You get what I'm saying? Then to have these people that look like us rejoicing that you took somebody down, which, like, I'm in the middle of that, because bad people need to be taken down. But damn, all you doing is taking down black people. What are white people you taking down? So yeah, I'm gonna be
We
mad. I'm gonna
can have
say
the
a couple
same
bitches and
argument
hoes.
we can have the same argument about Snoop and his outrage. What are white people you outraged about at calling bitches and saying you gonna see them? Where they at? We can have that same argument.
Hey, but I'm telling you, sports people, man, they ride or die about their players. And I guarantee them death threats. Come on, that's not a black thing.
Okay.
Black people issue a threat, I'm gonna kick your ass. But doing death threats and sending you DMs and calling your phone, that's a white thing, because white people love sports too.
Mm, okay.
White
Absolutely
people might
amazing.
not like a nigga, but they like a nigga that plays sports real good.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Your phone is clicking. I got it. I'm
Is
I'm
that
about to.
my phone?
Yes,
Are
because
you
when I put
sure?
you on mute, it goes away. Look. Miss Debonair.
Oh yeah, that was absolute. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
See?
that was
Are you
absolutely.
sure?
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
yeah, but we
All
try to
right, I'm
say
gonna
that
get off.
Snoop Dogg was wrong from a moral standpoint, but that had to be done for some people to fully understand the depth of the errors, and
Yeah.
maybe him sacrificing himself from a moral standpoint, that it will prevent people like her and Oprah to do the things that they do. You get
Okay.
what I'm saying? We fighting a fight that's already hard, and then to have black people to face the further kick us down. Like, I don't feel bad for her. I don't feel bad at all because she didn't feel bad when she walked away from that interview. I'm pretty sure she was reveling in,
But Lisa didn't
yeah,
feel
I
bad
did
either
that.
for what they say.
I know Lisa in the inside. Man, if you look at that lady in her eye, I'm pretty sure she want to take them long ass legs and drop kick the shit out of Gayle while she was asking her that question.
My
It
God.
was so distasteful. So
My,
distasteful because if she didn't mean it that way, she could have came back and had a statement to say, hey, I don't agree with what these questions that people have to bring that up. She could have said anything. She could have added more statements to say that, hey, I ain't in agreement about these people bringing up this man rape case. She didn't.
yeah.
She
No,
didn't.
I hear you, Mr. Debonair. I hear you. Look,
So no, I don't feel
I
bad for
gotta
Gayle.
eat dinner now. I'm sitting up here trying to order food while we told y'all my schedule all messed up. I didn't get up to damn 1 or 2 o'clock. I'm hungry
Oh
now.
wow. So that means you can probably go to bed about 5, 6.
I'm not gonna go to bed because I'm gonna write up some posts tonight because I hadn't been
Oh.
blogging, so I'm gonna try to stay up and do that. I was thinking about going live on the channel, but I'm like, since I've been live over here, I'm not gonna do it. Look, if I might do a late night something, who knows? See what people
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about.
It's Saturday.
Yeah.
You can rest up. Have us tired on going to church
After
tomorrow.
I come through, since I like playing with StreamYard and my green screen now.
Right. I wish somebody else would have came in and gave their opinion on this matter, but I don't know.
Mason was here. Look, y'all, I got my green screen on StreamYard.
Besides us two. But yeah, it needed to be done. I'm sorry.
No,
Snoop sacrificed
I
himself.
appreciate you, and I'm the type of person I try to see all sides of the argument, but at the same time, I still, the violent thing for me is a trigger because again, that's why I was getting restraining orders against people because you never know who's watching you, and then because I'm online and because I do stuff, it's like, and I can understand her being afraid, and you started
Right.
Oprah saying, "Gayle gotta walk around with a bodyguard," because he bringing up gang members and stuff. Like, that's why Tupac and Biggie got killed. You don't know what people think about or why, they'll do what they do. So, of course, I can understand her feeling some kind of way. So I feel like the level of outrage, like this black man died in a helicopter crash and we mourn it, and you bring up his rape case. I understand that, but it doesn't warrant beating somebody's ass and killing them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I feel like she was wrong. She shouldn't have said it. It shouldn't have been brought up. It's fucked up, whatever. But okay, berate her, move on to the next. This whole, still doing interviews about it. She gonna see me and still putting that energy out there. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, I just think it was a snowball effect. That was the piece of rock. That was the loud scream on the snowy mountain that caused the avalanche. I just think all the other stuff that her and her best friend has done, it was like, okay, enough is enough. And Kobe not deserving of that kind of backlash.
Right. And you're right, absolutely amazing. She did not apologize. And that was my point too. Like, her blaming the network for clipping it up. They only clip up what you gave them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a part of the interview. Like, how it portrayed or how it played out doesn't matter. You still asked those questions. You were still there, and it happened the way it happened. Now, them putting it out, the way they did, and people being outraged, they can't foresee how people are going to take the content, and neither can you. Like, just because people didn't get mad at the full interview and then they got mad at that clip, it is what it is. But I do feel like she's black-splaining and trying to evoke sympathy and all of that, and that's fine too. But my point is, the energy to me is off. That's all. Like, I just don't like the whole violent thing, and they don't have the same energy. That white reporter that said the N-word, you know, and said she said nakers or whatever. They were like, well, maybe she did say nakers, okay, because she blonde hair and blue eyes. Y'all gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, or the lady who, you know, posted damn rape case 8 hours after the man died. 8 hours. Like, people weren't knocking on her door saying, I'm gonna come see you on blood, on crib. Like, it's just too much. Like, and I feel like they give black women that energy because we are unprotected. If they did that to a white woman, like I said, it would have been restraining order, cops come to see you, the feds looking. Like, it would have been so much more to it. But Snoop, now he on the damn world tour on radio shows saying, yeah, you know, she gonna have to see me one day, and still talking about it. I think that's wrong.
Right. And know what, Michelle, and just think about this with that clip. Now, that clip was the highlight of the interview per the station, which means that was the agenda. So going in, that lets you know that's what they would, that was their whole agenda. That was the whole agenda. Because if that station or Gayle wasn't their intent, why would they even showcase that if they had any respect? If they didn't have no malice, no ill intention, why would that be part of a clip? If their whole intention was to highlight him and highlight Lisa Leslie and make them in a good light, you get what I'm saying? That's what give you pause to be like, y'all had no ill intention, but that was the clip that you shown. I mean, if y'all had no ill intention and they feeding you these questions, if they wanted to highlight his career and make him look good, why would they even feed you that type of question?
That's true.
That was the whole. It was an agenda, and they showcased that to say that, hey, this is what we wanted to do. We want to sensationalize this interview. You're not going to have no good, light, cutthroat, clean interview. Nah, we want the scandalous, and that's what they did, and they got the backlash.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, look, y'all. I was looking for that interview, Mouth Open Story Jump Out. I can't find it. She said that Snoop made a statement on the backlash he's getting. Did he make it on Instagram? What did he make it on? Did you see that, Mr. Debonair?
Nah, I ain't see it.
I was gonna pull it up before I go order my food.
What you order?
I don't know. I was looking on Uber Eats. I might need to go because I don't need to be paying $15 for some damn chicken fingers.
I know I get McDonald's and get just a 99-cent cheeseburger, and it'd be like $56 and 75 cents.
By the time they post all that stuff, I don't see the let me see what's this. Was it on his Instagram? What'd you say? I saw it on IG, but I couldn't listen. Well, I don't know where to find it at. I see he did a video. Hold on, let me see what this video says. Hold on. Snoop Dogg, share audio. Hold on.
Top, what up, this big Snoop Dogg. Here's a message for the people that need to know. I'm a non-violent person. When I said what I said, I spoke for the people who felt like, yeah, it was very disrespectful towards Kobe Bryant and his family. Now, with that being said, what I look like wants harm to come to a 70-year-old woman. I was raised way better than that. I didn't want no harm to come to her and didn't threaten her. All I did was say, check it out. You out of pocket for what you're doing, and we watching you. Have a little bit more respect for Vanessa, her babies, and Kobe Bryant's legacy. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to do what I got to keep doing. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. We're very nonviolent. We just want to say that first and foremost. We speak from the heart. Some of you who have no heart don't understand that. But anyway, carry on and enjoy your day.
They dragging him in the comments, though. Non-violent, whatever happened to his 187 on the undercover cop. Oh, they funny. Oh Lord. See, they're gonna talk about that funky dog head bitch shouldn't have said that. The really shit Snoop ever said. LOL, no, you threatened a woman. I don't know why Instagram do that. I can't pull up no more comments. But yeah, I mean, at least he deleted the original video and now he came back and said that, but he did threaten her on Crip. You gonna see me. You know, like that's threat.
Right.
You don't think that's a threat? Then you calling out your gang? Like, come on now. I would take that as a threat. I mean,
Snoop better chill out because remember when he first came out and caught that murder case? Murder was the case. But they do a documentary on him too.
Undercover cop, like everything he said was about, and then he did Redemption when he was going all around with Tamar and all Bobby Jones, and I was like, what the hell? And now he didn't backtrack. Now that he got his do rag on, now he just love it. Now he got his do rag on. He feel like he can threaten women, like no, I ain't gonna even go there. I'm like these gays be doing. Now you gonna threaten, and that's the point. Like you a whole man. The stuff that you said was inappropriate. Men don't do that. Like if it was another man with that energy, maybe. But I just feel like men shouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. I don't think it was warranted. And it ain't his fight. It ain't his fight. Talk about he speak for the people. People like you ain't speaking for me. You need to be who's speaking for your wife while you sleeping with that white girl? Who's speaking for her? Like, you know.